Hello friends, welcome to Ali Blues EduSoft Free Education YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss Business Studies Plus 1 first chapter. Hello friends, now in this video we are going to discuss about the topic of business risk. In this we will study about the meaning of risk, what are its types, what is the meaning of business risk and its categories. So first of all, let me explain to you what is the meaning of risk. What is risk? I'm not explaining about business risk. This is about the term called risk. Risk is the probability of an unfortunate occurrence. That is, it is actually a probability. Sometimes it can happen, sometimes it cannot happen. We don't know whether it will happen or not. So it is about the possibility or probability of an unfortunate occurrence. It may be unfortunate. It is a combination of hazards. The hazards, it can be man-made or it can be natural. That we will discuss in the later part. So risk, it is a combination of hazards. And next is risk is unpredictability, which means the tendency that the actual results may differ from the predicted results. In a business, there may be some predicted results according to which the business activities may be concerned. But the predicted results can be deviated and there may be many other non-predicted or unpredicted results which may take place in the daily routine of a business activity, and that unpredictability can be called as a risk. And next is risk is an uncertainty of loss. Kindly remember the term uncertainty, as this is somewhat different from risk but having some similar meaning. It is the uncertainty of loss. The loss can occur in terms of having a risk in business. And risk, it is the possibility of loss. Uncertainty of loss means we know that when we carried out such a kind of an activity, loss may happen, but we cannot predict what amount of loss does it happen for the business. What will be the exact amount? The loss sometimes will be of 1 lakh, it can be of 50 lakhs, it can be of 20 lakhs. That amount cannot be ascertained with the help of this. That is, it is called as a possibility of loss. So this is about a small picture of what is risk. This is not about business risk. Risk can happen in business as well as in life. So what is risk? It is the possibility of an unfortunate occurrence. It is a combination of hazards which can be man-made or natural. It is unpredictability, as it has a tendency that the actual results may differ or vary from the predicted results. It is the uncertainty of loss, and it is the possibility of loss. So this is about just a shape of what is the meaning of risk. Next is about the exact meaning or the professional meaning of risk. Meaning is a probability or a threat of damage, injury, liability, loss or any other negative occurrence that is caused by external or internal vulnerabilities and that may be avoided through preemptive action. So, what is it? It is a probability or a threat of damage that we are not sure about the risk that it will happen for sure in this day, in this time. We cannot be sure of that, but it may happen. So it's a probability or threat of damage. Damage may happen, injury or a liability. Sometimes it may be loss or any other negative occurrence. Something negative will happen for sure. Sometimes it may not happen. So it is sometimes caused by the external or internal vulnerabilities. We don't know whether the risk is going to cause because of the external vulnerability or the internal vulnerability. We are not so sure about in which vulnerability we are going to suffer the loss or risk. And one more thing is that may be avoided through preemptive action. That risk, sometimes with the help of proper planning and coordination, that risk can be avoided. That is said to be as preemptive action. With the help of the preemptive action, that risk may be avoided. That is the thing which I have explained in the earlier section, that a business can survive in a long run only with the help of proper planning in the case of the superior officers, because it is the duty or the nature of the superior staffs of a business organization that the risk and the other losses that could come into the business should be ascertained before itself. Here it is said about a preemptive action. What is meant by preemptive action is serving or intended to preempt or forestall something, especially to prevent attack by disabling the cause. Which means we know that there is a cause or a kind of loss which is going to affect the business, and that loss or the risk which is going to happen in the business should be analyzed before in hand as to avoid all kinds of losses. So if the planning and coordination of a business enterprise is according by the analysis of risk, then that particular risk factor which is happening in the business enterprise can be avoided. And this is what about the meaning of risk. It's a probability or a threat of damage, injury, liability, loss or any other negative occurrence that is caused by external or internal vulnerabilities, and that may be avoided through preemptive action. Next is about the definition of risk. What is the definition of risk? It is a condition in which there exists an exposure to adversity. Adverse conditions may happen in business. So when these adverse conditions happen in business, there can be an arisal of loss, or there can be a probability of getting loss. Okay, so it is a condition in which there exists an exposure to adversity. So this is an important definition of risk. And in the before part, I have told you that kindly note down the term uncertainty. As we explained, risk is an uncertainty of loss. We know that loss will happen and we are not certain, that we are uncertain about the loss, amount of loss which is going to happen. So meaning of uncertainty is, it is a situation in which something is not known or something that is not known or certain. Something which is not known or something that is not known or certain. So that is called uncertainty. What is the definition of uncertainty? Situation where the current state of knowledge is such that the order or nature of things is unknown. First one. Second one is the consequences, extent or magnitude of circumstances, conditions or events is unpredictable. And the last one, credible probabilities to possible outcomes cannot be assigned. So these are the three important points by which we can say that the situation of the current state or a particular state is uncertain. The first one is the order or nature of things which is unknown. We don't know the particular order in which the occurrence of events. Some events may occur according to different order. When we are not known about the particular order, that situation, that current state may be called as uncertain. The next one is the consequences, extent or magnitude of circumstances or the conditions or events may be unpredictable. You know that in a daily life of a particular individual, as the case may be for the business enterprise, the consequences, the magnitude of circumstances, as well as the conditions and events may differ. It may not be the same all the time for all the days and for all the months throughout the year. It may be different for different people and for different groups and individuals. So that is of unpredictable nature. We have studied that risk is unpredictability. What is unpredictability? It is a tendency that the actual results that may differ from the predicted results. The third one is credible probabilities to possible outcomes cannot be assigned, which means there may be some probability for a certain outcome and that probability couldn't be assigned. So without the assignment of such a possible outcome for a particular probability, there the situation is of uncertain. So this is what is mentioned in the 3 points of the definition of uncertainty. So I think you now understood what is the clear-cut difference of what risk and uncertainty mean, even though the terms have a similar touch of familiarity. So this is what about the risk and uncertain, and also we have dealt with the meaning of risk. So this is all about risk, and in the next section we'll move on to what is business risk. So if you have any doubt regarding this section, kindly email which is given below. Also like, share and subscribe to Alibro's EduSoft Free Education YouTube channel. Thank you.